Rich people are not busier than you. A lot of them are doing less than you on purpose. And I am here to tell you exactly how. Somewhere along the way, you got handed a story. The story says building real money means living inside spreadsheets, tracking every dollar like a crime scene, and burning your weekends staring at charts you do not understand. It says financial freedom is a second job you have to clock into. That story is wrong. There is a version of this that takes 5 minutes a day, not 5 hours, 5 minutes. This is the same quiet check-in serious money people run in the background of their lives. And by the end of this video, you will have the exact 3-step system to run it yourself. Fast legal thing before we roll. I am not a financial advisor. I am a cartoon in a sparkly dress who got this anchor desk because my dad owns the building and HR was too scared to say no. So treat everything here as education, not a personal order from your accountant. Do your own homework. Talk to a real, licensed human. Then come back and we will get to work. Let me describe a Friday you already know. The money lands. It feels real for about a weekend. Then Monday shows up, and the balance has quietly walked out the back door. You stare at the screen and ask the same question every time. Where did it actually go? Here is the uncomfortable part. It is almost never the rent or the car payment that drains you. Those are loud. You see them coming. The damage is done by the quiet stuff. The subscription you forgot you signed up for. The $8 lunch that happens 4 times a week. The $2 convenience fee you stopped noticing months ago. Picture a tire with a slow leak. No blowout, no drama, just a soft hiss you cannot hear. And one morning, the tire is flat and you have no idea when it happened. Your paycheck is that tire. The small holes are doing the work. So you go looking for a fix, and the internet hits you with a fire hose. Track every penny in a 20-tab spreadsheet. Audit your portfolio every single morning. Cancel every small joy you have ever had. The advice is so heavy and so joyless that it feels built for someone with 10 free hours a week and no actual life. You have a job, maybe people who depend on you. You do not have a spare shift to become the unpaid accountant of your own existence. Hey, eyes up here. Yes, the spreadsheet people are coming for your weekend. And no, we are not letting them have it. Stay with me because this is the part where it gets easy. This is where most people quit. They decide they simply do not have the time, and that is the end of the conversation. That surrender feeds the single biggest lie in personal finance, which is that complicated equals effective. A lot of the industry quietly profits from confusion because confused people pay experts to translate their own money back to them. But the truth runs the other way. The strongest systems are almost always the simplest ones. Wealth is not built in one heroic burst of motivation. Motivation evaporates by Wednesday. Wealth is built on a system that keeps running after the motivation is gone. And the system you are about to build starts with one 5-minute habit. Before the 3 steps, one mindset change, and it matters more than any app. Stop showing up to your money like an employee. Start running it like the owner. An employee trades hours for a result. They handle every task by hand, sweat every tiny decision, and the work stops the second they clock out. An owner does not do the manual labor. They build the system, set it running, and check the dashboard. They watch the big picture. You are the owner of this operation, and your money is your staff. Every dollar you keep is a small worker with exactly one assignment, which is to go build a better future for you. The problem is that right now, your staff has no manager. Those dollars are clocking in, drifting off to the coffee shop, vanishing on a midnight checkout cart, and nobody is telling them where to go. Your 5-minute habit is the daily stand-up with that staff. You, the owner, glance at how the dollars performed and confirm they are still moving inside the system you built. This is not micromanaging, it is oversight. Think of a long flight. Autopilot does not mean the pilot is asleep in the back. It means the routine adjustments are handled automatically, which frees the pilot to watch the things that actually matter: the weather, the route, the destination. Your money autopilot handles the boring saving and bill paying, so your attention goes to the real targets: leaving a job you hate, buying the place, taking the trip you keep postponing. That move from doing the labor to managing the system is the whole game. You do the setup once, then spend a few minutes a day making sure it still hums. Let us build it. The 5-minute check-in is 3 steps: the clarity check-in, the alignment action, the automation audit. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. Step 1 is simply knowing where your money went yesterday. No guilt, no judgment, just facts. Because you cannot manage a number you have never looked at. Forget the spreadsheet for this. Open your bank app and your card app. That is the entire toolkit. Spend 2 minutes scrolling the last 24 hours of transactions and read them like a story. You are the detective on your own case. Do I recognize every line? Was this a choice or a reflex? Wait, that subscription renewed again. Do I still use it? That tiny daily look drags the quiet leaks into the light. There is a well-documented pattern in financial behavior research. The simple act of watching your spending tends to reduce it because attention turns an unconscious habit into a conscious choice. The $5 coffee stops being a coffee once you see it sitting inside a $150 monthly stack. The free trial that turned into a $20 charge stops being invisible the moment you name it. Now you can cut it. In these 2 minutes, you are trading guesswork for reality. You are not budgeting yet. You are not restricting anything. You are looking. It is the least scary and most powerful first move you have. Now that you can see clearly, the next 2 minutes are about alignment. This is where yesterday's spending meets tomorrow plan. First, fix the word budget. A budget is not a cage. A budget is a permission slip you write for yourself. It is you, the owner, telling your money it is allowed to go enjoy the things that genuinely matter, while quietly protecting the future version of you in the background. You do not need anything fancy. A clean starting frame is the 50-30-20 guide. Roughly 50% of your take-home pay covers needs like rent and groceries. 30% covers wants like dining and hobbies. 20% goes to savings and paying down debt. These are guide rails, not laws carved in stone. If rent in your city is brutal, your needs might run 60%, and that is fine. The point is having a direction for the money at all. So in 2 minutes, you look at what you reviewed in step 1 and ask one question. Did that spending match the plan? If you dropped $80 on a reflex buy while saving for a down payment, the honest answer is probably no. If you spent $50 on dinner with someone you love and your wants jar has room, the answer is a clean yes. No guilt, just a small correction. Then one last move. Set one tiny money goal for today, something you can finish in 24 hours. Today, I skip the checkout cart. Today, I pack lunch. Today, I move $10 extra to savings. Small, but it stacks. Each win tells your brain the same thing. I am the person who runs this, not the person it runs over. If this is clicking, tap like. It costs you a second and it tells the algorithm to send more of these to people who need them. That is it. Back to it. This last minute is the part that earns the word autopilot. Here is the truth the best builders accept early. Willpower is a battery, and it drains. You cannot be disciplined on demand every single day forever. So you stop relying on discipline, and you let automation carry it. Automation turns a good intention into a default that happens whether you feel like it or not. The core rule is pay yourself first. Treat saving like your most important bill. It gets paid before groceries, before streaming, before a single want gets funded. And the way you guarantee that is to take your own hands off the wheel. Here is the one-time setup. In your payroll portal or your bank, schedule an automatic recurring transfer. The day pay lands, a set amount moves on its own from checking into a separate account. First target is the emergency fund. Auto transfer into a high-yield savings account until you have 3 to 6 months of expenses parked. That is your safety net. Once that net is solid, point the automation at the long term, a retirement account holding a low-cost index fund. So what is the actual 1-minute audit? You glance and confirm. Did the payday transfer fire? Did the auto pay clear? Are the machines still running? That is the pilot checking the dashboard, nothing more. If you want the upgrade, run a 3-account setup. 1 deposit account where the paycheck lands, 1 bills account that automatically receives the exact total of your fixed monthly costs, 1 spending account for guilt-free wants, holding whatever remains after savings and bills have already moved. Your daily minute is just a glance at a machine that is already doing the work for you. Now, the honest question you are already asking. What if I miss a day? What if I have a rough week and overspend? Congratulations, you are a human being. The goal was never perfection. The goal is coming back. Miss a day, do it the next day. Overspend, name it, correct it, move on, no spiral. Think about learning an instrument. Nobody plays clean on day 1. Some days every note is wrong. But the person who practices 5 minutes daily quietly outgrows the person who crams a 5-hour panic session once a month and then quits from the burnout. Small and steady wins this one. It is compound interest pointed at your habits instead of your money. 1 check-in is a single drop. 365 of them is a flood of progress. Every time you do it, you are casting 1 more vote for the person you are becoming. Someone deliberate, someone in control. And to kill the friction completely, stack the habit. Bolt this 5 minutes onto something you already do without fail. Coffee brewing every morning. Good. While the coffee brews, you run the check-in. Tie the new thing to the old thing, and you never have to remember it again. So here is the whole system in 1 breath. You do not need more hours. You do not need expensive software. You definitely do not need a finance degree. You need 5 minutes and 3 steps. Step 1, the clarity check-in. 2 minutes to see yesterday clearly. Step 2, the alignment action. 2 minutes to match that spending to your plan and set 1 small intention. Step 3, the automation audit. 1 minute to confirm the machine is still running. That is the habit that swaps financial anxiety for financial control. Not magic, a simple system you repeat. The future version of you is genuinely begging you to start because they want the calm and the freedom and the options that come with it. You hold the power to hand them that, and it starts with your next 5 minutes. So here is the challenge. Try it for 7 days, just 7. 7 days to prove to yourself this is real. And to lock it in, drop a comment right now that says, I am starting my 5-minute habit. Saying it out loud turns a wish into a contract. One more thing before you go run your empire. The ebooks, the financial calculators, and the rest of the toolkit are sitting in the description, quietly judging you for not clicking yet. The calculators do the scary math so your brain does not have to. The ebooks read like a friend who happens to be good with money, and all of it lives right under this video at Jetset Wealthstyle. Go poke around, links below. Now go give your dollars a job. Class dismissed.